You just really never know where I'm going to be next these days, do you? One minute I'm in Nottingham, the next I'm in Southampton, next I'm back in London. Today we've made it to Cardiff. If you're new around here, hi by the way, welcome back to another weekly vlog, whether you are new or old around here. But if you are new around here and you're wondering, Lucy, why are you traversing the entirety of the UK at the moment? I'm slightly past being bang in the middle, but I'm making pretty good solid progress through a little book tour for my debut novel, Rewitched, which was out last month. And this week is actually a double whammy. So I've arrived in Cardiff about half an hour ago. I've just been recalibrating, decompressing, post long train journey, recharging. I'm feeling slightly more human now. And the second instalment coming tomorrow is Leeds, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it tomorrow. Tonight we're in Cardiff. This would be a really good opportunity for me to say something in Welsh. I wish I knew anything. I don't. I haven't got a whole lot to tell you about today really, other than the fact that I hopped on the train at London Paddington with my dreams and a cardigan, and it was a very smooth journey, and I'm now checked into my hotel room. I'll give you a little mini tour, shall I? It's not the most exciting of hotel rooms, but if you're nosy like me, you love to see these things. The little cherry on top of arriving, which I feel like is probably a good sign from the universe that tonight is gonna be fine. That's what I'm gonna choose to take it as anyway, because look what's on the telly. Greeted by my Gilmore Girls. You can't tell me that's not a positive sign from the universe telling me not to be nervous and that it's going to be a lovely, cozy, chatty evening. This won't be the most perfect room tour you've ever seen because I've already dumped my stuff everywhere in a very haphazard, chaotic way, but let me show you around my room for the night. So I've got myself a little wardrobe space here. I did actually bother to hang up the combo that I'm wearing this evening. So here's a little sneaky peek of what I'm wearing tonight. We've got a fridge just here and a little coffee setup, which I might actually tap into. I have big, big regrets of not picking up a coffee on my way to the hotel. I would really like a nice, like, decent, proper latte right now. I'm feeling quite sleepy and tired, so I need to pack myself up a bit. Tea, coffee, which I might delve into in a minute. Here is a mushroom queen, perfect. And then into the main room. This is actually a great full-length mirror. I really appreciate this. Proper, decent, great full-length mirror. We've got Gilmore Girls, Loud and Proud, Large and in Charge, What's New. As you can see, I've literally just dumped my stuff everywhere, but I've got a little desk area here. Here's my view of Cardiff, right by the train station. I'm staying at the Marriott and it was literally like a 3-minute walk. Maybe not the most glamorous view you've ever seen, but it is certainly a beautiful day out there. It's like beautifully autumnal, bright and crisp. It's actually really lovely. More dumped stuff. Here's my bed for the night. And then just through here is the bathroom. I got a pleasant surprise though, because the toiletries that they've got at this hotel are This Works toiletries. And I noticed that they've also put a little body cream just here. And body cream is one thing that I was like, meh, I definitely don't need that. That's just another thing for me to pack that feels unnecessary. So that was a nice little surprise to find that was there. So the event tonight is at Waterstones, which I had a little look. And it looks like it's a very close walk from here. Let me double check. It is apparently, oh, it's literally a 6-minute walk. I think I'm pretty much like staying on the outskirts of a big shopping centre. So I think if I literally just walk straight through the shopping centre, I will stumble across Waterstones. And I had a message from Nadia, who is the other author who I've been doing lots of events with. She's staying in the same hotel. So I think we're gonna meet at the lobby probably about 6:25 or something. So I'm gonna have to, there's a lot of sprucing to be done. I freshly washed my hair this morning and it's in that very like air-dried, slightly scarecrowish state. But you know what? I think I've got a little bit of time to sit and chill and finish this episode of Gilmore Girls. It seems like it would be rude not to. So I'm just gonna continue to decompress and keep myself as calm as possible. Try and keep that bubbling, building anxiety under wraps, which really loves to show its face ahead of every single one of these events that I've done. Tonight, I think, is number 9 of 14, but 5 still feels like quite a lot of events to go. I think after Leeds tomorrow, when we're down to 4, it will feel like I'm approaching the finish line. Anyway, let's Gilmore Girls, as one does. Okay. You know, I was saying I really, really regret not picking up a coffee. Watching an episode of Gilmore Girls is not helping that feeling. It feels wrong and like illegal to not have a hot cup of coffee in my hand to accompany the viewing experience. Instead I've got a can of water
which is not even very cold, so it's extremely unsatisfying. And I've also just eaten 2 of these. I'd forgotten all about them and I found them in the bottom of my handbag just a minute ago. These are the sweets that they give out at my nail place. And they're like the best sweets ever. They're really like gummy sweeties, and they really remind me of something that like you would get on holiday in like France or Spain in the 90s. So that was my snack of choice for this afternoon. Which I think means the only way is up. Well, despite having literally all of the time in the world, I scrolled into oblivion and then looked at the clock, and now I have an hour to get ready. Which, to be honest, is still plenty of time, so thought we'd have a catch up and a chat while I do my makeup. And also, I thought I would actually show you the makeup that I'm using at the moment, because I got a comment a couple of vlogs ago asking me to talk through my makeup these days, and it had loads of likes on it, loads of thumbs up on it, so I guess a few people want to see that, which is really surprising to me, because makeup these days, I feel like I'm really walking a line somewhere between knowing exactly what works for me now and never ever straying from it. I've just got it like down to a T for my face, despite like what anybody else uses. But also the feeling that I have absolutely no idea about anything beauty or makeup related anymore. I just have little to no idea about anything other than the age-old favourites that have been firmly in this slightly disgusting makeup bag for a really long time. As you can see, we're looking pretty low on this one, but this is the Bobbi Brown vitamin-enriched face base, which I only use for special occasions because I do think it's quite a nice primer. Long past its sell-by date, 24 months I'm supposed to have had this. I would consider this a long-term relationship, so. But I'm just about on the end of that one. It's lovely and moisturising, and it gives a nice base for foundation. And speaking of foundation, the one that I like to use these days is the Glossier one. This is their Stretch Fluid Foundation. I use the shade Light 4. I was gonna say pea size, but I mean, they're not even peas. They're like grain sized. 4 little blobs on the compass points of my face. And more technical beauty terms coming your way during this segment. Although when I did get my makeup done at Charlotte Tilbury, oh, this makeup sponge smells. Well, that's disgusting. Fantastic. Washing my makeup brushes is one of the things that I keep putting off like all the time at the moment, because I'm just here, there and everywhere and so busy, and this book 2 deadline is still hanging over me and taking up every spare second. I'm building up this like list on the sidelines of things that I cannot wait to do once I've sent off that deadline. Like once I've got hopefully like a crumb more spare time on my plate after this manuscript goes to my editor. There's so many like self-care things that I'm really looking forward to, but also just like basic functioning human things that I'm really looking forward to. And one of those is cleaning my makeup brushes, because I was going to show you them to illustrate my point. I'm actually not going to, because they're quite embarrassing. Look at that, it's on the way out. The very last dregs of my NARS Creamy Concealer. This is another one that I've had for ages, and to be honest, this is my favourite concealer. This is my favourite one that I've ever used. But again, this is not a cruelty-free one, so I won't be replacing this when I finally run out of everything. And I picked up the Kosas concealer a while ago to replace it with. I don't like it as much. I need to find one that can match up to the job, because I'm going to be very sad to leave this one behind because I love it. I found it a huge adjustment to just have to kind of like surrender to the fact that the next few weeks are just very broken up and chaotic and all over the place, and that's how it's supposed to be at the moment. Like I've signed up to these things, and that's how life is supposed to look right now. But as a major introvert and a real kind of homebody, and just sort of like the human embodiment of a bunny rabbit in the winter who doesn't really want to leave the hutch and wants to remain in a nice ball of hay, it has felt like a real whirlwind, to be honest. I mean, not to mention the amount of you guys that I have been lucky enough to meet, and the conversations that we've had and stuff, like overwhelming, capital O. Luckily, every single event, this is really jinxing it, isn't it? This is really jinxing it. Touch wood. Every single event has been so lovely, like the best vibes. Once we get chatting, I get very nervous beforehand, but then I almost go into this like separate, it's like a part to play almost. It feels like I go into
like a particular sort of version of myself. I guess in the same way that I kind of do a little bit when I'm getting ready to chat to the camera, and it kind of makes the nerves go away. It's very much like a fake it till you make it approach to doing like public events and stuff, I suppose. And at this point, I feel like I've kind of mastered the art at almost like tricking my brain into this part that I play to do these events, and it almost just kind of like numbs my social battery until I then get back to the hotel and I'm just like, what just happened? I'm not sure anyone wants any eyebrow advice from me at the moment because they're looking pretty ropey, honestly. I should really go and get someone who knows what they're talking about to get their hands on them and turn them into something slightly more presentable. But if you're looking for some product suggestions, I mean, I've got 2 of these in my makeup bag. These are the Glossier Boy Brow, and these basically just like run a load of colour through the hair, which is nice and easy. Then I also do a little bit of filling in with this is a real classic. I started using this when I was like 21, I think. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and it's like a very, very finely pointed little pencil. And I just do a little bit of filling in at the front of this one because, like, for some reason, the kind of front of this one has gone like strangely bald. And then just to set them all in place, somehow my brows have turned into like a triple whammy, but to set them all in place, I then use the NYX, what's this called? The Brow Glue. The Brow Glue. It does feel slightly like combing PVA through the hairs on my face. Has anyone tried that? I can't remember what I was saying now. I feel like I'm giving very sort of nervous, fizzing, sherbety energy. My brain has suddenly remembered that there is an event happening tonight. Oh, I've forgotten the brush that I needed. I don't think there's been a single stay so far that I haven't forgotten something. The worst one was my phone charger, but luckily Emily from my publisher had a spare, so she saved the day with that one. But every single trip I have forgotten something. Last time it was deodorant. Fortunately, there was a shop nearby. I was gonna say I'm gonna pop on some eyeshadow. That's really overselling it, because what I actually do is put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids to like blank them out, then cover them in a little bit of powder, and then I use this incredibly boring, almost nothing shade of beige. I couldn't actually tell you what I've just said to you, to be honest. I'm really channeling some nervous energy right now. Basically, my whole life just feels like the first thing that popped into my head, for some reason. Actually, I know why this has popped into my head, actually. This is going to be a really long, convoluted story. Shall I tell you this? Sure. So Adam, we went into a bookshop the other day to buy a cookbook that Adam wanted. I was like, oh, who's the chef? He was like, Sophie Wybird. Sophie who? Sophie Wybird. Like the Y-bird? What's the Y-bird? Adam, you told me you don't know what the Y-bird is? Ensue various YouTube videos to show Adam what the Y-bird is. If you don't know what the Y-bird is, oh, where do I even begin? So back in the very early 90s, on British television, there was a kids show called Playdays, which was a little cartoon bus that would go to different bus stops every episode, and there'd be like 6 recurring bus stops that you might visit. And one of the bus stops that you sometimes visited on the Playdays bus on one of the episodes was the Y-bird stop. And the Y-bird was a scouse bird that would like teach you things. And actually, thinking about Playdays is a very good comparison to how my life feels at the moment, because it just constantly feels like I'm kind of riding along on the Playdays bus. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Where are we going to next? Mostly I just remember the theme tune, which was like so I guess seeing as we're in Cardiff today and Leeds tomorrow, this is your very own episode of Lucy's Playdays. Where will we stop next? This very tiny angled liner brush, and I just push it into this really, really dark eyeshadow shade. And then I literally just almost like stamp it and shuffle it across very, very close to my lash line. And it's really not neat or impressive in the slightest, but it just adds a little bit of darkness and definition. Apart from chuck on
a load of mascara. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggereyes Volume Mascara. If you're a pale girly like me, the best contour product that I found that's like grey toned enough for me, because everything's too orange, is this tiny little thing. It's tiny and it pains me to buy it every single time, but you only need to use a little bit and it does last a really long time for that. So swings and roundabouts. But it's from Milk Makeup and it's one of their sculpt sticks, which is really hard to say, in the shade Toasted. And what I like to do is just take a little round brush like this. That is so disgusting, don't look too closely at it. And I like to put the product onto the brush rather than like draw these stick products onto my face most of the time. I just feel like it gives you a little bit more control rather than being too heavy-handed like a Sharpie on your face. It's much less fun because I used to draw this straight onto my face and I really enjoyed the like vampire contour moment. And I do think that this is probably the most fun part of putting your makeup on, because you get to pull the crazy faces to try and find your cheekbones. If you're not really a cheekbone person, you have to sort of be like a dowager stepmother, like an evil dowager stepmother. I'm sure she'd have a killer contour. This is one of the Rare Beauty blushes in shade Hope. These blushes are slightly terrifying when you first put them on because they do kind of have like the texture of poster paint, which isn't all that reassuring when you're not very confident at putting makeup on, but they do sort of blend out a lot more sheer and glowing. I'm gonna have to redo this in a second when I can actually like move my face into the light and double check. Like I've gone way too hard on that contour. Oh, like I've been swimming in mud. Okay, we're gonna have to sponge that one out. There we go. Panic over. And last but not least, also an absolute relic in my makeup bag, which I'm gonna have to find a replacement for. This is the Laura Mercier translucent loose pressing powder setting powder dust. Oh, you know the one. I have to make sure that I powder my under eyes because I've got lines there now, so I have to try and set that as best I can. Although they crease all the time, I don't think there's any way to avoid your makeup creasing under your eyes. I feel like you have to be superhuman to be able to do that. The moral of the story is hope for the best. Right, I'm just gonna finish off with a spray. This is really fancy. I panic bought this in the airport because I'd forgotten my setting spray and I was planning to buy the Charlotte Tilbury one and they were out of stock in the airport, so I panic bought this from Hourglass. It's lovely. It's called the Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray and I do think it does a really good job, and it's like a really fine mist, which I really like about it as well. It doesn't feel like you're just like pressure washing your face, but I'm not sure I'll be able to bring myself to buy that again. That was a real bougie treat. I'm gonna pop on a little bit of this tiny mini Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I really need to buy the full size of this. It's Pillow Talk and I reach for it all the time because it's just so easy. But I will brush my teeth and then do my lips after I've done that.
No, you just had the front desk come and knock on your hotel room door because the fire alarm panel was going off on their system and they assumed that you were vaping in your room, but it was actually just your air wrap while you were creating your bouffant hairstyle. Fortunately, I had just about finished the bouffant, so I was like, I've got one section left to do, is that okay? Please can I finish my hair, sir? Thank you so much.
I think we're just about done though, so let me show you what I'm wearing tonight. I have got ready in the nick of time. It's 6:11 and I'm meeting Nadia at 5:25 downstairs. So this is my little OOTN for the Cardiff date tonight. This will drop. As always, it starts off like a lion's mane. It'll just be more of like a subtle bounce. When I'm doing the ones with other authors, like when I'm with Nadia and when I've been with Sangu Mandana at Bath, like I always try and tone it down slightly. I don't want to be too like fancy and dressed up when it's not just about me. And tonight I'm with Nadia, so I wanted to go a little bit more casual. So I've actually gone for my dungarees, which I found in my wardrobe earlier, and I haven't worn these for ages, which, you know me, that is actually very strange. So I was excited to wear these. And then I've got this really cute little flared, like sky starry top, which I thought was so fun. And then with dungarees, and I've got my loafers. So let's pop these on. And I think this is like a really cute little, I mean, it's very 90s. It's still very much on brief for my 90s witch. I wish I had like a fun, like furry hat or something. But funnily enough, that's not something that I own. Oh, do you know what? I feel like it is actually very steamy in here. No wonder they came knocking. But we're just about done. So let's pack a bag. Oh, I need to put some perfume on. When I was on my way to Southampton last week, I got to Waterloo and realised that I'd forgotten my perfume. And normally that wouldn't bother me so much, but I don't know, the thought of like meeting lots of people and doing the signing and stuff and not smelling delicious was highly upsetting to me. Remember, there's a Lush tucked away right at the back, and they do perfumes, which I've never really investigated before. So I had some time to kill before my train, went for a little sniff, and discovered this, which is called Turmeric Latte. And this, if you are a fan of the Sticky Dates shower gel, this smells incredible. Gotta make that fire alarm off again. Ugh. Vanilla and rich milky undertones of Tonka Absolutes. I always love anything with Tonka in it. I would describe this as like a smoky vanilla caramel. It smells a lot like Sticky Dates, very similar kind of like vanilla-y sweet smokiness. I keep eating it though, which is not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna pop a bit of lipstick on and then we can head out. Let's do this. Oh no. I'm always fine while I'm getting ready. And then as soon as I'm ready, I'm like, oh, now this means I have to go and meet like 100 people.
Oh, the pressure. Oh my god.
No, you don't have to do it perfect.
I can certainly try. On this side?
Yeah, that's okay. Anything you want to.
Oh my god, the pressure.
This I made for you.
Yeah. Stop! Oh my god, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Are we going to be in the vlog?
You can give it a wave.
You do know they're not based on.
Good morning, happy Wednesday. I'm fairly certain with the fact that it's Wednesday, although you could tell me it's a Saturday and I'd probably believe you at this point. The dungarees are on, she's ready to rock and roll. I've just about finished packing up the room, I think. And today on the Wheel of Fortune, it's Leeds. Yeah, today we're heading off to Leeds, which is another city that I've never been to. It makes it sound like I'm getting to see lots of brand new places, but actually the reality is that I get into the train station, I walk probably like 4 minutes to whichever hotel they put me in, I sit in the hotel, get ready, and then I go to Waterstones. So I'm getting to see a lovely amount of the country's Waterstone stores. Not a whole lot of the actual cities that they're within, but it is giving me some inspo of like where we could potentially go for like little weekend breaks and stuff. Because we were saying the other day, it would be really nice to book a little weekend away, me and Adam, this is. It would be really nice to just like go away and spend some time together once all of this craziness is done and dusted. So it's given me some good inspo for that. I think Edinburgh is currently our top contender because we've been saying for ages that we really want to do a weekend together in Edinburgh. It's looking like a really long journey. The train that we're booked onto is 10:45 and I'm meeting Nadia down in the lobby at 10 so that we can grab a coffee and a bite to eat and stuff before we get on the train. And it's going to take probably about 5 hours to get there today, I think. So the majority of today is going to be spent on the train, and this probably isn't going to be the most exciting Wednesday snippet. I've had quite the like battle of trying to fit everything in my suitcase, and it's not that I've accumulated loads of stuff, but I just can't quite work out how I like Jenga'd and Tetrised it all together yesterday to get here, because it now feels like my suitcase, I just packed terribly basically. I wanted to just show you this little tote bag which a girl called Gemma brought for me yesterday to the event. She's made this herself, and I feel like this must officially be the first piece of actual like rewitched merchandise, because look, she's put Luna books on a tote bag, and then on the back it says rediscover your own magic. I literally nearly had a heart attack when she showed me this. The cuteness overload was just too much to handle. So this is just the last little bit that I've got to pack away. I'm so desperate for a cup of coffee. I'm really looking forward to picking one up en route to the station. so distracted by how intense this lighting looks on the camera. Why does it look like I'm staying in a haunted house for the night? I'm actually at the Queen's Hotel in Leeds. Welcome to Leeds. Sorry about the slightly spooky lighting start. It is, there's a clock right outside my window. What time are we on? On this grand clock. It's 20 to 6. I would love to say it was more glamorous than this, but I ordered in a Wagamama's and I sat in my pants on this bed and I ate a Wagamama's in my pants watching Lingo. A top tier daytime TV choice. It was all good getting here. The journey felt super long. It took, well, we left the hotel in Cardiff at 10 and we got here about 3:30. So it was, turns out it's a really long journey, but it's all good. We got here in the end and this is what I'm looking out onto right now. These very beautiful buildings. Sun's just going down and I am literally just getting ready to head down to the lobby and find Nadia. I was going to pick up the camera as soon as I got here and like give you a little room tour and stuff, but this is literally going to be exactly the same as yesterday, so I didn't think there was a whole lot of point in doing that. Let me just put my shoes on and then I can get my bag and I'll show you my outfit for the evening. One thing that is actually great about this room, look at this light up mirror. How great is this for outfit showing purposes? So this is a little combo which I have been really excited to wear. So these I also found on this Australian website. It looks as though the branding for all of this stuff, that the like velvety star top that I was wearing yesterday, this unreal jumper, which, I mean, this was why I put the order in, to be honest. I think all the labels say Black Friday. That wasn't the website that I bought them from. And little did I know that it was even Australian in the first place. So if you want to go hunting down for these things, hopefully somewhere UK based, then maybe look for the brand Black Friday and you might be able to, you might get lucky. But I mean, as soon as I saw this, how could I not have this in my life? I have been so excited to wear this. I just love it so much. It's got little crystal balls, this tiny little toadstool mushroom house. We've got spooky candles, we've got bunches of herbs, a little witch's cat, we've got lotions and potions and spooky tea, pleated brown skirt, and then I've just paired that with my ASOS loafers. I really, really love this combo. I'm really excited to wear this one. I am now drastically running out of the witchy options in my wardrobe, so I think I'm just gonna like start all over again and wear the ones that I've already worn. And this is actually my last event with Nadia tonight as well. I think the rest of them, apart from my next London one actually, which is with another author that I'm so excited to be paired up with. And I don't think I need much else. Do I need to put a coat on? Probably. I know that if I was with Adam, he would tell me that I should put a coat on, so I will do that. And let's go. Have I got everything? I hope so.
Please mind the doors. Doors closing.
Just before everyone rocks up and arrives, just found out that this is the biggest one so far. This is 150 people tonight. So that's slightly terrifying. Anyway, we've made it to Waterstones. This is the little signing area where we'll be setting up camp. I'm very nervous now. Will a day ever go by that I don't cry anymore? Oh my god, I'm not emotionally built for this. The letters, it's the letters. They get me every time. I am absolutely wiped. That was, I had no idea. We walked in and saw all those chairs and I was like, what's the capacity for tonight? She was like, oh, 150 people. Sorry? I kind of forget, like once we start the chat and we do like the Q&A bit and stuff, I kind of forget that anyone's even like like obviously I'm chatting to the audience, but I kind of forget that that's like an enormous number of people sitting in the room listening to what we're saying. That bit feels really kind of like comfortable and chill, and it's such like a cozy atmosphere, and obviously the topics that we're chatting about are so lovely. But wow, I am absolutely, I feel slightly like an empty eggshell. Still kind of whole and uncracked, but just nothing inside it. That's kind of how I feel right now. It was so lovely. It was like the best vibes. Everyone was so friendly. But meeting 150 people one after another, and I'm so determined that everyone gets the same reaction and I, you know, manage to have a chat with everyone. I'm so determined that everyone leaves feeling like they had the experience they wanted. I'm so determined to make sure that happens. And then by the end, when I signed that last book, I'm like, what just happened? Also, I just need to show you this. This is from a girl called Bobby, and it's absolutely beautiful. Look at this incredible cross stitch Bobby, if you happen to be watching this, this is an absolute thing of beauty. I literally gasped when I took it out of the bag. You talented little bean. That is a beautiful, dainty cross stitch, and it's going to look lovely in my office. She also made me cry with her letter, so Bobby, if you're watching, took me on a real emotional roller coaster there. Just mad. And I messaged Adam to be like, guess how many people that was this evening? And he just messaged me like, just so you know, you have met over 1,000 people on this tour. That's bonkers. No wonder that my brain's struggling to do anything else at the moment. That is absolutely bonkers. I hope everyone's had a nice time. I mean, I've had a lovely time. Everyone's been so nice. I hope I haven't been a massive disappointment to anybody. I mean, the chances are, the ratio percentage, it's probably a few disappointments in there. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do with myself now. I'm not hungry because I had my Wagamamas beforehand, but I did get myself, I do have a little treat.
I popped it in the fridge before I left, which was very clever of me. Look at this.
I'm about to have a real good time with half of this piece of white chocolate and ginger cheesecake right now. This is my reward for the social battery being pushed to its limits. And the other part of my plan for the next hour or so is that I'm going to take my makeup off, and I've got this little pot of face mask sample. This is cup of coffee face mask sample from Lush, which I've never tried any of their face masks before, and I feel like that's a nice way to just like have an hour by myself with my own thoughts. I'll see what's on the telly. Maybe I'll pop on a Gilmore Girls and I'll just decompress and recharge in my PJs with a face mask and a piece of cheesecake. That sounds like a wonderful time.
Good morning. It's very early. I want to make a really good start on things today to try and catch up for missing a couple of days this week. I'm going to have to be very quiet. I can hear Adam snoring in the background. I'm just going to spend half an hour getting on top of all my little bits and bobs, my emails and stuff. And then I'm going to dive straight into a full day of writing. So I'll catch up with you when the sun's come up.
Turns out vlogging is much easier when the sun is actually up. You can see me, although it does mean you can also see the absolute disgrace of an office behind me. I've honestly just given up trying to make anything function properly. Everything is gonna just come back together and I'm gonna find my grip on life once again once this damn manuscript is out of my hands. Once I've passed that onto somebody else's desk, it's time for me to just reclaim my own life, and it's going to be wonderful. So in a couple of weeks, the weekly vlog is going to be me just sorting out my entire life. So you can look forward to that one. There's going to be a wardrobe declutter, there's going to be an office blitz, there's going to be deep cleaning the house from top to bottom. So if you enjoy satisfying sort your life out content, just hold your horses for a couple of weeks and I shall provide that. For now, you're going to have to put up with this absolutely chaotic here, there and everywhere vibe. If you can hear a rumbling in the background, that's all the pipes and the water, because Adam is currently in the shower. He works from home on a Friday, so he's had a nice little lie in this morning and a coffee delivered to him in bed. The service around here is fantastic. Speaking of coffee though, I made a terrible decision with this one because I, for some reason, reached for a pumpkin spice coffee capsule for my like 7:30 a.m. coffee, and for the last like hour it felt like I'm just drinking a lukewarm candle. Like, drinking pumpkin spice this early in the day should probably be illegal. It's like too perfumey and fragrancey. I have not enjoyed this coffee drinking experience. I might be an autumn girl through and through, but even I cannot do pumpkin spice pre 9 a.m. Anyway, what have I managed to do so far? I have managed to get on top of all the emails that I was frantically ignoring for the last 2.5 days. So my inbox is now back in control, which feels really good. I've also written a very quick little, not a letter, but just like a note to some influencers who we've been working with on some Rewitched promo. Basically say thank you to do that. So that was a really lovely little thing to jot down this morning. And I've also put together a marketing asset for something which is happening next week, which maybe I'll tell you about later. Feel like we don't need to cross that bridge quite yet. We'll just kind of dilly-dally around the bridge, and I'll tell you all about that later, because next week
is a big one. Shock horror, surprise, surprise. I feel like all of my weeks for the past sort of 3 months or so have been troll-sized, when actually I would quite enjoy them to be like gnome-sized. Next week is definitely a troll-sized week. The week after, when that's done and dusted and out of the way, and also I don't have a first draft hanging over my head, that's going to be a gnome-sized week. And that's the week that everything's going to come back together and it's going to be fantastic. I know what I should do, which is just start writing for the day. I know that that's what I'm supposed to do, but a little part of my brain is also wondering whether I should edit together the vlog so far and try and figure out whether it's salvageable, because I feel like I have not done a very good job so far this week. Today's Friday, by the way. I didn't vlog yesterday because I was just travelling, but we're going to have a really productive day today. I will at some point get dressed. Oh, at some point today, we're going to talk about these pyjamas because they're one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So yeah, I think I might just have a quick whiz through this footage and figure out whether this is actually salvageable. Then I'll feel like I don't have anything hanging over me if I've done that as well, and I'll get some proper writing done this afternoon, because once that's done, I've got a nice free empty day today. So we might actually make some really decent progress. Before I jump in the shower, let me talk you through these pyjamas. Let's take a moment for these, because I know if I don't mention them, I'm going to get a lot of questions about them. I feel like they might be collectively our perfect pyjama situation. So I will preface this with a warning that they do come with a bit of a price tag. I feel like they're definitely maybe Christmas present territory. The reason that I treated myself to them is that because all of my old pyjamas don't fit very well anymore, and the way that I have nearly fallen down the stairs wearing my old pyjama bottoms multiple times, it's too high risk. And my previous favourite pyjamas, you might know the ones I'm talking about if you've watched before, they've got like really celestial like suns and moons all over them. I have had those for literally years and the quality of them has never changed. Like, they're so long lasting, they're really, really high quality, and I have all the faith in this brand that they're going to be kind of really long wearing, long lasting, good quality pyjamas. And I actually got served an Instagram advert for these, and the minute I got that advert, it was a done deal, because, I mean, could you think of a more perfect magical vibes pyjama set? I love how they've got these like slightly darker edges to them. They feel very like warlock robes to me. They're kind of like stars and moon print all over them is this really beautiful like golden metallic foil. There's this little gold trim on them, and they're this really insanely soft, like velvety velour material. They're just beautiful. So if you, like me, have been victim to an Instagram advert for these recently, I mean, they clearly really know their demographic, because they targeted the right girly with these ones. And I just feel like these are one of those things that are kind of everywhere at the moment. So if you've been seeing them and wondering whether they're worth the money, they're definitely a bit of a treat. They have a 10% off code on their newsletter if you have got your eye on these for Christmas, so make sure you use that. I look like the undead today. I look pale and ghoul-like. Shall I put the shopping away then?
Sorry.
Don't mind me.
I thought you said you were going to record it.
Yeah, I was going to show what we bought. We just went for a little breath of fresh air, basically, to go and get some supplies for the rest of the day. So I thought I'd show you what we picked up. There's Adam.
It's like, hang on, look, this looks like I'm in the bag. look what I picked up at the shops.
That was so stupid. Oh, best thing on the top. I'm very excited about this. I actually don't think I've ever seen a big bar of crunchy before. Have you?
No, they do the country like rocks, is that what they're called? The little bites. I haven't seen that for, well, I might have seen it before.
This is our little Friday night treat for a mad one tonight while we watch a bit of telly. But then we basically went out to get some dinner because we haven't got anything in the fridge right now. So we've got an enormous bag of spinach. We've got parsley.
The size of that bag and the amount of parsley is actually crazy.
This very generous amount of parsley. We've got cherry tomatoes. We've got peppers. We've got eggs. We've got chorizo. Oh, the sugar's leaked, I think.
Sugar always leaks.
I'll sprinkle sugar over everything. We've got some spuds. This is actually quite a healthy shop for us, apart from this enormous kilo of sugar. Because we're running low on tea and coffee sugar. You got a bag full of sugar now.
Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of sugar in there.
Oh dear. And for £3, I couldn't resist these very pretty, very autumnal little roses. I love the colour of those. And we haven't got any flowers at the moment, so They were a nice little bargain to brighten up the day. So with all of that, we've already got some sausages in the fridge. So we're going to have some kind of nice sausage and veggie oven tray bake this evening.
Yes.
Aren't we? That's pretty much as exciting as it's getting today.
We're having a more exciting lunch.
We're having spicy peanut noodles for lunch, which is a go-to in this house. They're always good. And I've just come back to a couple of packages as well. These were waiting on the doorstep. You have no idea what I bought for these. So these are for something that's happening next week, which I'm yet to talk about. So here's the first purchase.
What am I about to turn around to? Maybe.
It's a tiny pink ghost. So this is very important purchase number one. Look how soft that is.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. It feels like the cat actually. Feels exactly like Flo. Package number two. A white one. Ooh, how mysterious and strange. What could this possibly mean?
These are good.
So now we have two little cozy ghosties. I haven't bought any new Halloween stuff or anything this year, so count yourself lucky. They're nice and soft, aren't they?
It's nice on my
These were
face.
from George at Asda. If you're interested in purchasing your own tiny ghost. You look like you're in love with it.
It's really nice and soft. Men aren't allowed soft things, so when I order a soft thing, it's nice.
Aw. You can have as many soft things as you want in this house. Oh, I'm really excited for this dinner now that I've thought about honey mustard sausages later.
I've just spent the past hour or so editing what I actually think is my favourite scene of this book. There's a little bit more, I would say a little bit more romance in this one. And I love them. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Like rooting for characters that you that you have created. Like, I always knew this was going to happen, and I'm just having a great time right now. That song in particular has really fueled writing this scene. Every time I've looked at it, it just fits it so perfectly. I'm kind of buzzing about it. This is one scene that I'm excited about, and I'm quite happy with it.
Lose myself.
Ooh, you're right.
I missed the.
The camera's rolling, so that's good.
I missed the. Oh, if I cook, it'd probably be like an hour by the time I've chopped everything and put it in the oven.
Yeah, I'll be hungry by then.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing a little bit of editing. I'm just editing the big romance scene.
Ooh la la.
They're really cute. I love them.
Oh, good. Very good.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna go.
Time for sausages.
Time for sausages.
Mm-hmm.
Time for sausages. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna chop up that.
I won't do too much more. I might do like one more chapter, maybe while you're cooking. It is finally dinner time. I feel like I've been waiting all day to look. No, I didn't mean that as a.
That makes it sound like. Sounds like the chef's been slacking.
I
so it's
meant
finally
I've been
dinner
looking
time.
forward to this all day. So here's what we're having. This is a really good like midweek meal actually. You literally just bang it all in a pan and stick it in the oven.
Yeah.
So this is just a little like, what do you call it? Like a sausage and veggie tray bake?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, just like potato, peppers, onions, tomatoes, sausages, and then season that.
Yep.
Roast it all together. Took the sausages out, added spinach
Oh yeah,
and parsley.
that go in later.
Yeah, just 'cause I don't think
Yeah,
you really
goes a bit
roast
weird.
spinach for 40 minutes.
We were going to chuck broccoli in as well, but the broccoli's gone off. So this'll have to do.
Made this little dressing.
What's in there?
Whole grain mustard, honey, chilli, garlic, red wine vinegar.
Lovely.
To then do, move this. This is like
A little artful drizzle.
Saturday kitchen.
Oh, very nice. I like that you put a bit of chilli in there. That's a good idea. Anyway,
Yeah, nice.
this looks so good. Yum.
I'm just de-slicking my hair.
De-slicking your hair? Are you too smooth criminal?
Yeah, well, I need to do that so it holds. I draw my fingers through it.
You need to perfect that movie star strand to fall in the perfect, effortless way.
Not very movie star to bang a knee on the table on the way
Oh,
out.
not very smooth entry.
It's still a bit Billy Slick, but it's coming.
Your strand's getting there. There it is.
just making its way downtown. Well, look who scrubs up not too shabby on a Saturday, for once. It's been a while.
No, don't like leaving the house on a Saturday night.
No.
I should be eating a bolognese and some ice cream.
No, that is true, but today is not just any Saturday, because today we've officially been engaged for 1 year.
It looked a little bit like you were announcing we were engaged, but again!
We've been engaged officially for 1 year. It's officially 1 year since we were in Boston
Yes.
on the absolute dream bucket list trip. But rather than missing it too much,
Don't focus on that
I'm
part.
wondering why we're not still there. We decided to celebrate. It felt like an anniversary to be celebrated, didn't it?
Yes.
It's been a while since we've had a little date night, so we are heading out into Central. So we're all spruced up for the occasion. You're looking much smarter than I am.
I have gone over. I feel like there's a finer line for men
I feel
between
like I should have gone smarter.
smart and not smart. Well, if I'm doing an extra button with the chain, it's a little bit like
In the curve.
Yeah, a little bit like.
We are going to jump on the train now and head into Central, and I think we have to get the tube pretty much to Oxford Circus. I think we've got a couple of errands to run first because
Well, I need a subtle fancy dress costume for work because I don't want to go full fancy dress.
yeah,
But there is fancy dress happening.
because it's literally in the office.
I need to get on the bus and no one on the bus know that I'm in fancy dress, but then be able to get into the office and take off my jacket
Instantly be in
and
fancy
be
dress.
in fancy dress.
Too many contenders for possible costume opportunities. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to guess what they are in the comments. What could Adam possibly dress up as that he could get away with it in real life before,
I don't
before revealing a Halloween
I
costume?
don't know if I want to know what people think I can get away with.
Everyone will just say Daniel Radcliffe, probably.
Option one is Bob from Bob's Burgers,
Bob Belcher, which will basically just involve
wearing an apron.
wearing an apron over a white t-shirt and grey trousers.
Yes.
So we could definitely do that one.
Yes.
Do you have grey trousers?
I have grey
You
trousers.
could even wear those, really.
I have grey trousers and a white t-shirt.
So we don't even need to buy anything for that one.
I do think I can't just wear an apron because I look. Or
But you have a Bob's Burgers apron.
but he doesn't wear a Bob's Burgers apron.
If it'll make your costume even
What
clearer.
about I could wear the bear apron and some tattoo sleeves
Oh, that'd be fun.
and go as Kami,
That's quite a good
but I
idea.
need to clean shave because I don't have a moustache.
I don't want you to do that. Strong contender option number 2, which I think is the one you should go with.
Ned Flanders.
Highly ho, neighbourino.
I think even the hair, because Bob's hair is not like mine, but I think if I just sort of did the hair right,
Just quiff it slightly.
all the way, because he's just got it like all the way back.
Yeah.
Clean shave this, keep the tash,
It's been a while since you've clean shaved.
little green jumper.
Yeah. Could do the pink shirt maybe, but that's not the end of the
And
world.
I looked this morning, he wears grey trousers.
Or you could go as ski suit Flanders. Nothing
I
at
would-
all. Nothing at all.
That fails the first test to be able to get on the bus without someone thinking I'm in fancy dress.
So we're going to do a quick trip to Uniqlo and then see where we're at for time. Because if we've got a bit of time, there's a new Waterstones in John Lewis, which I wouldn't mind paying a visit to.
I was going to say,
My ulterior motives.
get a drink.
Oh, we could also go for a drink. Maybe we should do that instead. So I'll just give you a little OOTD. These are some, it's a bit low, these are some absolute classics in my wardrobe that I reach for constantly. So it's a good chance to show you these. I've got my little wrap skirt on from Nobody's Child with probably my favourite jumper in my wardrobe. I think this is just an ASOS one. But I really like how the sleeves have got like a little bit of width to them, and it's like the really perfect like oatmeal colour. I make sure that it's sitting right. I just got like a little pop of burgundy from the top underneath, which I think looks quite cute. And then these are the 15 denier tights from Marks and Spencer's. I get asked about these all the time. They're the tights that I'm going for at the moment. And then a little pair of shiny dolly shoes to complete the look. I don't think I'm going to wear a coat. What do you think? Is that necessary?
Well, you have layers on, I don't.
Yeah, this jumper is quite warm, so I think it'll be alright. You want to show your OOTD? Or OOTN, I suppose.
What? Oh, outfit of the now.
Yeah, outfit of the night. Outfit of the neighbourino.
Trousers,
Yeah.
Uniqlo,
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Socks, Uniqlo,
Coat
Coats.
new.
new coats,
New
waterproof
coats.
Sherlock, short edition from Percival. Cat, not new. Old and loud cat. I don't think I'm going to take it to the restaurant. Pink collar.
Here's Flo's outfit. Pink collar, star tag, coat model zone. Right, let's do date night.
I wouldn't normally film something like this. This feels slightly weird to be filming, but I haven't got enough footage for the week, so let's go. It's just occurred to me that I don't think I actually said where we're going for dinner.
Oh, you didn't
Did I?
say. You didn't say to these guys.
Yeah.
You told me.
I didn't mean it to be a big build-up of a surprise, but we're going to a place called NAC, which is just off Oxford Street. It calls itself Mayfair, but I never think of that area as Mayfair. It feels way too posh and fancy for us to be going there anyway, but it's basically just off Oxford Street, and it's a very, I mean, it's been popular for years, this restaurant. It's like very cool girl, pretty vibes. Cool boy. It looks really beautiful. It might be one of those faves where the food is a little mediocre. I just said to Adam, I hope it's not all pants no dance, or whatever the phrase is. All dance no pants. But it looks like it's like nice little small plates or some fancy little mains. Not gonna lie, the main reason that we're going is because they have a signature pudding which I have wanted to eat since the dawn of time. I see it pop up on Instagram all the time. Quite often it's like the journo girlies that go there for like PR dinners.
What's a journo girlie?
Like the journalism girls who work for magazines and stuff.
Right.
They quite often go there for nice like beauty brand dinners and stuff. And it's a pudding which looks like my wildest dreams come true. To be quite honest, it's like one big serving of slightly melty cookie dough with soft serve with frosted flakes. Like a load of Frosties chucked on the top, basically. Frosted flakes makes it sound very posh. It's cookie, Frosties and ice cream.
I didn't realise you were such a... Because when we went to the States, you were after that cereal milk ice cream as well.
There's something about that like sweet cereal milk. I'm not surprised the cat's so
you're
obsessed
just like
with
your
it.
cat.
That's where she gets it from. I've
Just
passed
like
it
your
down
cat.
onto my daughter.
Obsessed with cereal milk.
Yeah, there's something about that taste that is like one of my absolute faves. I love the smell of it. Like it kind of smells a little bit like that hair stuff that I use. Like the like sweet vanilla-y milk smell and taste. So effectively, I'm using our 1 year of being engaged night to go and eat a big cookie.
Yes.
Seems like the perfect excuse.
They're going to bring out the main menu and you'll be like, no, just the dessert, just the
Straight
dessert
to
menu.
dessert, please.
I think we're actually quite full. We ate already. Can we have the dessert menu, please?
I just thought I would show you that despite it not even being Halloween yet, Christmas has officially arrived at Fortnum & Mason, and they've done the advent calendar lights again, which is so cute, and they have each little light is like an advent calendar door that lights up. It's so cute. It's one of my favourite little Christmas lights displays that London's got these days. Love these very cute little side plates. Look how pretty they are. Anyway, here's the menu for anyone who's feeling nosy. Don't know what we're gonna go for yet, but I think first we'll get a little drink. This is all so delicious. We've got halloumi fries with this like spicy honey ketchup, as demonstrated for you. These are some unreal little chicken bites with the sriracha mayo. This sweet potato with a black pepper yogurt. This is a kale and parmesan salad. And then some fries, because always fries. Look at this. This is what we came for.
What you came for.
Should we do a taste test?
It's one plate.
I feel like I need to get a little bit of cookie and ice cream and Frosties. This looks so good. It's all like melty in the middle.
I'm surprised that no one
That's perfection.
You're pleased with that?
That is so good.
It's like your perfect dessert.
Yeah, it literally is my perfect pudding.
Oh yeah! NAC is a big hit with us.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
What would you give it out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it 8 out of 10 too. Loses a couple of marks being a bit spenny,
Yeah.
but other than that, food delicious. Pudding lived up to the hype. It was in fact even better than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
the pudding was really
It
good.
was the perfect gooey cookie and that cereal milk soft serve on the top. That's one of those things that I'm going to be thinking about
for a very long time to come.
Off menu potential.
It definitely is, yeah, it could be an off-menu choice for me. And that's officially the end of the weekly vlog. So thank you so much for coming along this week. I thought I'd wrap it up now.
So soon?
I mean, we have a tube journey ahead, so
They
that's
just
not
got to know each other.
Parting is such sweet sorrow after a first date. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for coming along on date night with us. Thanks for enjoying a soft serve cookie with us.
Yeah.
Sorry you didn't get to try any of it. And we'll see you next week.